welcome back to Bourbon County High School News. This is Austin Willoughby. First up, we have What's Trending.
This week on What's Trending in the terms of movies, How to Train Your Dragon 3 is coming out this Friday. Frankly, me personally, I learned a lot from that movie. I have several trained lizards at my house. I think one of them is starting to grow wings, so I'll give it about another 50, maybe 25 years. I'll be able to ride it, no problem. So I'm going to be there in theaters. You should be there too.
This week for What's Trending in Music, Gunna's dropping his Dripper John album Thursday night at 12. And also Lil Pump's dropping his Harvard Dropout album the same night at 12. And that's it for What's Trending.
Alright, so we got like 60 and feeling good one day, and we got like snow in the next. And Jacob, I need to know what's going on, man. Let's get to the weather.
3. Oh yeah, right here. Weather. That's right. Best part of the news. Jacob Ratliff, best weatherman of all time. Go. This week for the weather, we're taking it where it's never been taken before. McDonald's, son. That's right. Shamrock Shakes, baby. Yeah. Friday. The high is going to be 39, low is going to be 35, and it's going to snow. Yo, it's going to be cold. So apparently, we ran out of gas, and I have to push. We're on the journey to McDonald's right now, which this is a little detour. But your weather for Saturday, it will rain, the high will be 48, and the low will be 38. Come on, Jacob. You're a licensed professional wrestler. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Superman.
Start over.
Okay, the weather for Sunday, the high is going to be 58 and the low is going to be 38. I'll give free hugs for gas. I'll give free hugs for gas. Free hugs for gas. Free hugs for gas. I'm throwing the kids too for a ride.
No. You're watching DSPN, which is Daniel Sports Publishing Network. Get it? Because it's Daniel with the... forget that.
My name is Trevor Hutchison, and I'm playing soccer at Georgetown College. The reason I chose Georgetown is because I got a decent scholarship for athletics and academics. It's a very prestigious school, and I had friends going there.
Hi, I'm Maxwell. I'm going to Georgetown College. I chose Georgetown because of tradition, and I have a bunch of friends there, and I'd like to win.
Alright, so we have Craft Academy, and not like the good kind of Kraft mac and cheese. Like Kraft is like literally crappy universities nobody likes. But if you like universities and you like scholarship money, Craft Academy is for you. And for some more information about that, we have McGee's group.
So what's your name?
My name is Robert Chip Plummer.
Where do you go to college?
I went to college at Berea College.
How long have you been teaching?
I have been teaching altogether. This would be year number 4 for me.
Where all have you taught?
So I first started off in Jessamine County Schools, and then I moved to Fleming County Schools. And now I'm here in Bourbon County.
What do you do?
So my official position is a Gear Up District Program Manager for Bourbon Counties, and what I do is that I focus on students and making sure that they have a plan by the time that they graduate. So if they decide that they want to go into a post-secondary institution, we looked into the college access cycle. If they decide they want to go into the workforce, we make sure that they have a resume and interview skills that are ready. So that way, as soon as they graduate, they can go immediately into the workforce. Another thing that we look into is the military. So those of you who are interested in going to the Marines, just the National Guard, the Army, whatever branch that you decide to go to, we'll have conversations over the ASVAB, making sure that you have the scores necessary to successfully transition, making sure that you have any type of support that you need. And for those that are undecided, I help them figure out what they really like, what they're passionate about, and then hopefully come up with a game plan by the time that they graduate.
Hobbies outside school?
So outside of here, I am a huge music and video game fanatic. So you can catch me doing those. I also read a lot. I also just recently became the father of 3 tarantulas, so they take a lot of time from me just to research more on them and to figure out how I can better.
Alright, so next up we have story time.
Did someone say story time?
Somebody did say story time, and now it's time for story time.
Hi, I'm Michaela Pittman, and welcome back to Story Time. Our first story of the week is hot, just like global warming. Ha! You might be saying goodbye to fish and chips. Atlantic cod, the prime ingredient of fish and chips, saw a 34% decrease in cod. So, you know what? We might not have fish and chips anymore. And this is mostly caused by global warming, and some say it doesn't exist, some say it does. So, you know, what? Everything is dying because of us. So we just need to stop. Our second story will leave you shell-shocked. Instead of smuggling drugs, a person from the Philippines smuggled turtles. Not just one turtle, not just 2, 1,500 turtles. I honestly don't even know what to say anymore. And those turtles estimate around $87,000. I don't, this is too much. And the animals were various and rare protected species. And the turtles were star tortoises, red-footed tortoises, and sulcata tortoises, and the red-eared sliders. And they were found alive and duct taped together in an unclaimed luggage. So they haven't found the person who tried to smuggle turtles. That's this week for news, and let's see.
Class is marine and freshwater science. So we study the ocean and how the water moves throughout the ocean and what's going on with the rocks and that stuff, as well as all the living things in the ocean. So the octopuses and the whales and the sharks and everything that lives in the ocean. We spent a long time studying. So get into some of the freshwater, so lakes and rivers here soon, and hopefully we'll get to take a field trip to the aquarium soon. We just got done with a bunch of dissections. We dissected some crabs, dissected an octopus, we dissected a squid, we just dissected a big shark, so that was very interesting. We watch quite a bit of Planet Earth and some documentaries about the ocean, so that we can see what it's like, since we don't live very close to the ocean. We look at some of the work of scientists who do, and then, like I said, hopefully we'll get to go on a field trip to the aquarium soon. These are for, they help with the breathing, getting water through the gills. I told you guys a few weeks ago, sharks, they always have to be swimming forward. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to get the water to come over their gills, which means they're not breathing. If there's no water moving across their gills, they're not breathing. So some sharks have adapted to like suck water in and then push it through their gills, just with their mouths, but most sharks have to continually swim forward so that the water is always moving across their gills. The spiracles also help with this. These spiracles right here allow a little bit more water to come in so that it moves through their gills and then out the other side through the gill slits. For swimming, which way do sharks twist their bodies or turn their bodies so that they can swim forward? Is it like up and down, or is it side to side? Side to side. How can you tell? Just obviously by looking at it. The tail is vertical, yeah, so it needs to move back and forth like this to move forward. If you remember the mammals we talked about last week, dolphins, whales, mermaids, they do the opposite direction, right? They're up and down, and that's because their tails are sideways, yeah, like that. So it needs to be able to move it up and down like that. And the muscles in here, the muscles in the whale and the dolphin are going to be opposite as well, because the muscles need to be on the sides to get the tail to move back and forth, whereas on a mammal, it needs to be on the top and on the bottom to get the tail to move up and down. So it's just an interesting difference there.